Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. I've been out for 2 weeks with these videos. I took a 2 week break for rest, but I'm so glad to finally be back and be doing these for you again. So today we're going to be talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 7. We're just going to dive right into it. I do apologize for my last couple videos. The storage on my iPad where I filmed these went full in the middle of it, so I do apologize for that. So I hope that don't happen today. So anyway, we're gonna get this video started. First I want to talk is Bilal and Shaida. So in this episode, Bilal and Shaida, it starts out with Shaida driving Bilal's car. Now in Trinidad, you know how here in America that the driver's side is on the left side and the passenger side is on the right side. Well, it's the opposite in Trinidad. Like they drive on the right side and the passenger side is on the left. So she's learning how to drive on the other side of the road and stuff. So Bilal was teaching her basically how to drive on the right side of the road. Well, on the left on the left side basically. So then Bilal was being Bilal. He was being dramatic. He was saying that she almost hit something. She was too close to the curve or something, and they just started bickering while they were doing that. So that was a whatever. Now, in the last couple of weeks, you know, they went to a fraternity doctor to see if they could have a baby. Remember in their prenup that they are supposed to have a baby before she's 40, and she is so gun-ho about having a baby, but Bilal is just not ready at the moment. So they go to the fertility doctor and they video chat with him, and he, he basically told him, like, you know, women at their age is kind of hard. It's really hard to get pregnant at that age without like any complications, basically. And you know, Shaida really wants to have a baby, and now like Bilal is starting to get concerned. Later we seen in the scene that Bilal's getting concerned that will she abandon him if he can't give her a baby. Now Shaida had mentioned that they've been intimate, like with protection throughout their marriage and stuff. So like, you know, Bilal is just really serious about playing it safe. So basically, you know, Bilal is just basically concerned because he said that she threatened to leave him before if he can't give her a baby. So kind of curious to see how this plays out. Bilal and Shaida, like, I mean, they're not on the same page. Bilal doesn't really want to have any kids, I feel like, and he's just being wishy-washy around it. And Shaida really desperately wants to become a mother and stuff. So I don't know. We'll just see how that plays out. But that's like basically what we've seen from them. Next, I'm going to talk is Jenny and Sumit. So they're still on their honeymoon, and you know, now that they're married, now Jenny's been living in India for a few years now. She's starting to become a little homesick, so she video chats with her daughter, and her daughter said that, you know, the borders are opening up again. I may come up to visit you. So Jenny's excited. Sumit, when he heard that, is excited, and you know, she's just hoping that Sumit changes his mind about not wanting to come to America, you know, because she's starting to feel homesick. And you know, Sumit's parents, and you know, Sumit was just like, you know, I can't leave my parents, even though they hate me right now. I can't leave my parents and stuff. It's, you know, I don't know. Jenny feels that Sumit will always choose his parents first. And I feel her on that. He is very scared, very scared. So then later they go to that little Sakahanja something. This little like sexual like yoga class. Like they take like some kind of Indian tradition thing where they like trying to be more adventurous like in their intimate life and stuff, and they take that class. You know, wasn't really feeling it. She's just like, I just want to make love and go to sleep. And we feel her on that, especially at her age. You know, they want to be more adventurous, so they try that. You know, Smith was into it, but Jenny really wasn't. so yeah, that was interesting to watch. I was kind of surprised. Like, I mean, I guess all places have things like that, but I know like in India, like with a lot of strict cultures, I didn't expect that, so I was pleasantly surprised. But I mean, hey, whatever floats their boat, I guess. So yeah, so that was Jenny and Cement. Next I want to talk is Kimberly and Usman. So, they've been fighting over the second wife thing, since Kimberly can't give Usman a child, like Usman wants to take a second wife so he can have a child, and they've been going back and forth about that. Now, the main focus for this trip for Kimberly and Usman is to get the mom blessing. Now, when Usman was with his ex-wife, baby girl Lisa, his mom did not approve at first, and then she eventually approved, and they got married, and then look what happened. And stuff. Now, Usman's mom, she is, she's a tough cookie. She's a really tough cookie. She doesn't want Usman to be with an older American woman. She wants him to find somebody locally, just around the street, like 20 minutes away, she was saying, basically. And, she says, she's not going to accept Kimberly right away and stuff. So it's just going to be really hard. I know in the previews, Kimberly is going to be dressing up like a Nigerian woman and trying to get the blessing. But, this is tough because we already been down this road before with Usman, so, and the families are just like, well, so what's going to be different this time than what that happened the last time, so I see Usman's family's point on this. But, I kind of hope they give her a chance because Kimberly really loves Usman. We know she's obsessed with him, but she really loves him. So we'll see how that plays out. Next is Elizabeth and Andre. So this episode, Andre, he has to, for some reason, he has to have a green card interview, every now and again to get his green card renewed. And I don't know what's going on with him. I guess every case is different, they're saying. So he has to go to his green card renewal interview, and the lady was telling him that people have been reporting him, and he might not get his green card renewed and might face deportation. And she asked him do you have any enemies here? He's like, yeah, I do. There are a lot of people who don't like me, especially the people in the family. And so he goes back home and tells Elizabeth, and he starts screaming because he's thinking that the family, Elizabeth's crazy family, is writing letters to the place and stuff and trying to get him deported. Now Elizabeth was going to say, oh, they're not capable of doing that. They don't know who to contact and stuff. And Andre don't really believe it. He's like, well, who would do it then? Who would do it? And I actually do see Andre's point because, I mean, if you don't have any other enemies other than Elizabeth's siblings, then who really would do something like that? I'm just saying. So, I hope he doesn't get deported, but I do think that Andre needs to change his attitude. Because, Elizabeth and Andre, they didn't go to the mother's birthday party last week. Charlie was there and the sisters were there. And Charlie and the other sisters basically made up and just say, the common denominator is mostly Andre and stuff. Even though they weren't talking to each other for a year and a half since that big fight at the barbecue last season. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying that Andre does need to change his attitude. But if somebody in the family is writing letters to immigration and stuff or reporting him and stuff, that's not cool. That's not cool. So I think overall I do think they're gonna be okay. I heard a rumor that Elizabeth just had her second baby and stuff. So I think that they're okay. But still, it's still a little scary. Maybe it's a little dramatic for TV. Maybe not. So yeah, that was Elizabeth and Andre. Next I want to talk is Angela and Michael. So we only seen them one scene. So Angela and her friend Renee pull up to Nigeria unexpected to surprise Michael. They go in the middle of the night to his house and knock on his door, and he's not answering. So Angela decides it'd be a great idea to terrorize his car. She terrorizes his car, saying, I'm a Nigerian woman. This is my car now. Under Nigerian laws, I paid for this. She tears his car up. And then we see Michael and his friend come out, and Michael starts screaming, "What is the meaning of this? What are you doing here?" And then Angela starts attacking him and like starts fighting him and stuff. Like, it was just ridiculous. I mean, Angela, like, you haven't seen Michael in 2 years since your wedding, and that's the first thing you do the first time you see him. Like, I mean, like, this is just ridiculous, like how she's acting and stuff. And Michael finally stepped up and screamed at her like, "I'm done, get out." I was happy that he did that. The producers actually had to remove Angela because of that. Like, she I love Angela. I really do love Angela. She means well, but the way that she does treat Michael a little too harshly, and that's not cool. That's not cool. She means well, and I always get everything that she says, but the way she handles it is just not cool. Like, I am Team Angela, but I'm not Team Angela on the way she handles it. And in this case, that was definitely not right. So yeah, that's what we see now, Angela and Michael. And last but not least, I want to talk is Big Ed and Liz. So Big Ed and Liz, so they're having their engagement party. They invite all the family and the friends on both sides. The only people that didn't show up is Ed's mother and daughter. So no surprise there. So Liz's family's all there, the mom, the grandparents, and everything. It starts out having a good time. They have a good time at the party. Then, I guess, an old friend of Liz that's also into girls a little bit, was hitting on Liz, and her and Liz were, I guess in production, and they didn't film this, but I guess there was a little altercation with Liz and one of her friends, and Liz actually had to have that friend removed by security. And then after that altercation, she's hugging Ed, and Ed is like, "Are you having a relationship with her?" And Liz just flips out like, "Forget you." Like, no, forget you. Why would you say that? And then just runs out with no shoes in the middle of the street, just starts running. So Ed calls her and says, you were flirting, she was all over you, this and that, you were doing this and that, and you're not ready to be married, pack all your stuff and get out. Had another phone call, another rough phone call. Remember, we know Ed and Liz with their phone calls, when they're mad, it's not cool. And Liz was like, "You're gonna go tell Rich, you're gonna go call your mom and daughter and said I did this and that, you are so insecure." It just got ugly really quick. And this is the thing that, this is the stereotypical thing that why people can't stand Big Ed. Because, I don't, and I was watching Pillow Talk last night, I was like, I don't blame him for asking the question, but it was the wrong timing. She had just got into a fight with this girl, and then he right away is going to say, "Or are you into her like that?" Come on, Ed, you know better than that. So, I mean, judging by the previews, it's not looking good for them. I hope they don't break up for a ninth time. But yeah, this is the typical Big Ed and Liz. In previous episodes, Ed has flirted with Liz's friend during the photo shoot. He told Liz that she needs to lose some weight and stuff. This and that. He's back to being, I was hoping he would change, but he's back to being typical Big Ed. And and Big Ed, he gets a lot of hate on social media. I'm not doing hate on him, but this is exactly why he does. This is why he gets the hate that he does, because he's doing stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, that was basically this episode. This season so far, Happily Ever After, hasn't been as dramatic as last season. I'm still on guard. Angela and Michael, they're always going to bring the drama. Elizabeth and Andre and Elizabeth's family, they're always going to bring the drama. All the other couples, we did not see Jovi and Yara in this episode. Remember last week, Yara got her green card finally, so now she wants to go to Europe and all this chaos to see her family and stuff, and Jovi's going back to work and stuff. So, and Jovi's not liking that Yara wants to go to Europe alone and stuff, because he feels like she's being reckless, and she feels like he's being controlling with that, but he feels like he needs to be controlling because like she really don't know what she's doing because how desperate she is at the moment. So I mean, that was last week with Jovi and Yara. They were not on this episode. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this was not a lengthy video. I'll be back tomorrow to do the single life recap. I'm glad to be back doing these videos. I'm sorry I've been out for a couple weeks, needed some rest and stuff, but I'm back and about to do these videos consistently again. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.